the water-spinning Baryonyx versus the water-controlling Baryonyx, or better yet, the video game version of perfection versus the video game version of overpowered. This is the Arc Baryonyx versus the Dino King Baryonyx, and I hope you all enjoy. Hello everybody, my name's Unroarable, or Unroarable2468. Before we hop right into this video, I hope you all remember to like and subscribe and to share, as it really does help out the channel, and remember to comment, as any comments will be put into consideration for a future video, or if you'd just like me to reply, I'll happily do so. And please remember to click the link below the video, as it'll send you to a poll. That poll decides on which videos I do in the future, or you could just head onto my channel, press onto posts, and there will be the exact same poll. Now enjoy the rest of the video. So first things first, I'ma say all the words inside my... Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Anyway, first things first, I have actually got to talk about your suggestions for my future videos. I have actually started working on them in terms of the thumbnail, and there's a bit more to come in the future, but they might not be ready quite yet, but your guys' suggestions are on their way, just to let you know. And second of all, both Baryonyx, being the Dinosaur King Baryonyx as well as the Arc Baryonyx, will both be on their max HP, as well as their best stats that you can get in the video game. And this includes their armor, as well as their best attacks, even if they seemed a tad overpowered, as we do want to give them the best chance possible, and the only way to make that even is by giving them the best stats that they've ever had and putting them up against each other to find out who is truly better. So let's move on to our main three questions, these being: who and what are our competitors, where will they be fighting, and in what type of battle style and or layout will I be doing in this video. And let's start off with the Arc's Baryonyx, that was modelled after a Baryonyx walkeri, which is the scientific name of the real animal, or also nicknamed Fishy Boy. But the Arc Baryonyx is from a video game called, well, you guessed it, Arc, and I won't be going over much information on these two, as they're both Baryonyx, and I already made a video with an actual Baryonyx going up against an actual Ceratosaurus, which has many facts on the Baryonyx, which you can go check out, by the way. And apart from the fact that I'll be giving the Arc Baryonyx its armor, as well as its saddle for extra protection, with all the spikes and everything included, there's not much else to really go over. Obviously, it doesn't have a normal Baryonyx shape with some spikes over its body naturally, of course, as well as its different skull shape and other body shapes that are different to the real animal, but I think you all get the gist, and it's pretty similar, even down to its teeth. So let's move on to the Dino King Baryonyx, who was also modelled after the scientifically accurate Baryonyx walkeri, or nicknamed the Strong Fisher. The Dino King Baryonyx is less accurate than the Arc Baryonyx, having even larger spines going down its back, and obviously different body shapes that weren't that realistic compared to the real-life animal, this being the accurate Baryonyx walkeri, although it did bear some resemblance, having a long snout whilst having the overall body shape, but it also has some other features that are more different. For example, its wrists are snapped backwards when they should be put in inwards, because in real life, if a dinosaur tried to put its wrists backwards, it would most likely snap them to the degree that they would never be used ever again, as well as not having that big of a big claw, if one at all, meaning it's going to be less effective once it hits something. And it is pretty skinny compared to its real-life counterpart. I mean, you can really see that when looking at its arms, its hands, and definitely its snout and neck. Those are really skinny, as well as the end of its tail. But other than that, it is pretty accurate, and there is one more thing. The Dino King Baryonyx has millions of forms that I'm not going to mention, because it's just way too much. But the versions we will be using is its armoured version, at its peak health and peak of everything, as well as being in an angered state so it can use its abilities to the best of its power, and its card form, which will inevitably turn into after it's lost. Let me explain that a bit better for you. So, in the easiest way possible, let me explain it to you. The Dino King Baryonyx can turn into a card after it has gotten too low on health. So essentially, instead of dying and just not existing anymore, it just turns into a card, or back into a card. Mind you, it can turn into a card on command, but it will most likely only do so in a weakened state, and since we will be using it when it's angry or in its angered state, it most likely won't try to turn into a card at any point during the fight. And other than that, and pressing the link below the video that I'll send you to a Baryonyx vs Ceratosaurus video, let's move on to where will they be fighting. Well, they'll most likely be fighting in the Ark video game near a riverside or swamp-like environment, as the Dinosaur King or Dino King Baryonyx doesn't really care about where it fights as long as it's near a water source. It doesn't really need a water source, it just prefers to be living near one, as the Ark Baryonyx lives in only swamp-like environments or environments with lakes, and it would be very hard for it to fight out of its element in, say, a dense forest, for example. So for this particular video, they will be in the Ark video game in a swampy or lake-like environment for the Ark Baryonyx's sake. And in terms of the battle style and or layout for this video, I'll just really quickly go over the difficulty settings. We have no difficulty, anything difficulty, slow difficulty, low difficulty, mid difficulty, big difficulty, high difficulty, extreme difficulty, draw difficulty, and blood for blood difficulty. And I'm sure you can imagine what most of those mean, with blood for blood difficulty in specific, meaning that they both die, but one gets the final hit in the fight. For example, if you were to fight something and you both died in the fight, but you landed the most amount of hits, or you got the final hit, you will be assumed the automatic winner of the fight regardless. And lastly but not least, we have abilities. Which abilities will they be needing to win in today's video? Well, let's hop right into it. So in terms of abilities, we have overall bite, overall arms, speed, weight and size, reactive capabilities, attack speed, strength, attack strength, durability, stamina, and abilities. And remember that all of these are in order from least to most important, with overall bite being the least important and abilities being the most important in my opinion. And please remember to like, subscribe and to comment, as it really does help out the channel, as well as sharing, and to also press the link below the video or just head on to my channel, as it'll send you to all my other videos and to a vote where you can vote on which videos come next, as well as the other link below the video that'll send you to one of my other videos in case you're bored and you want to watch something entertaining. So let's get right back into the video, shall we? Overall bite and overall arms. Who takes overall bite and overall arms? Well, this is relatively close, as they both are the same animal, but it is going to the Ark Baryonyx, as he just has a lot more muscle mass in these areas, as well as the fact that he has slightly shaped backwards chronicle facing teeth, which means that he's able to tear through flesh, as well as the fact that he's actually got a pretty decently sized big claw, unlike the Dino King Baryonyx. So taking overall bite and overall arms is the Ark Baryonyx. Speed. Who takes speed? Well, none of them have an official speed in terms of kilometers per hour or miles per hour. Whilst they do have their in-game versions of speed, it doesn't really translate to kilometers per hour or miles per hour. So how am I meant to tell who is faster? Well, I've just watched the shows and watched people play the games, and it's pretty obvious to say who is faster. It is the Dinosaur King Baryonyx. Whilst the Ark Baryonyx won't be any pushover in terms of speed, I might be able to have more stamina in him in specifically speed coordinated areas. I do genuinely think if it came down to both of them having a race, the Dino King Baryonyx would be able to pull it off for the win, meaning that speed goes to the Dinosaur King Baryonyx. Weight and size. Who takes weight and size? Well, they are both the exact same size in terms of everything as far as I could tell or find on any site, apart from the Dino King Baryonyx being possibly slightly taller. But the Ark Baryonyx does have a lot more chunk on it, which means it's inevitably going to be heavier, so weight and size does go to the Ark Baryonyx. Reactive capabilities. Who takes reactive capabilities? Well, in terms of being able to actually move out the way and dodge said attack, it is going to 100% be the Dinosaur King Baryonyx. When it comes to actually realising the danger and trying to move out the way, the Ark Baryonyx does take it, and due to the fact that the Ark Baryonyx will be a bit more careful, I am just barely giving reactive capabilities to the Ark Baryonyx. Attack speed. Who takes attack speed? Whilst the Ark Baryonyx is pretty fast, the Dinosaur King Baryonyx is on a way different level when it comes to attack speed in particular, to the point that sometimes dinosaurs need their own animation from this video game and anime series just to be able to be seen doing their attack. So with relative ease, attack speed goes to the Dino King Baryonyx. And remember that the Ark Baryonyx will destroy you. If you don't remember to like, subscribe, share and to comment, as it really does help out the channel, and to press the links below the video and to explore my channel just for fun, as there's plenty of good content on there. Now back to the video. Strength and attack strength. Who takes strength and attacks strength? Well, this is pretty easily going to the Dinosaur King Baryonyx, as it uses hydrokinesis to grab and hold dinosaurs in the air that are far bigger than it. And hydrokinesis is when you're able to control water. And if you didn't know, water is a lot denser than air, which means it also needs to carry the weight of the water, and it does so with no difficulty, which means the Dino King Baryonyx's feats far exceed that of the Baryonyx in terms of lifting strength. But what about attack strength? Yeah, I don't really need to explain that. If you've watched the animes or any of the shows or played any of the video games, you'd know what I'm trying to say, as he has way more abilities in terms of water and hydrokinesis that the Baryonyx could really compete with. So it's not even that fair of a category, but it does matter to the fight. So strength and attack strength goes to the Dino King Baryonyx. Durability. Who takes durability? Well, this isn't even that close, as the Dino King Baryonyx shows way more feats in terms of durability than the Baryonyx. So durability pretty easily goes to the Dinosaur King Baryonyx. Stamina. Who takes stamina? Well, this is actually pretty close. I am going to give it towards the Baryonyx, as he just shows better feats of stamina. So stamina goes to the Baryonyx. Abilities. Who takes abilities? Yeah, I'm not going over every single ability, just know that the Dinosaur King Baryonyx has way more than the Baryonyx. It's not even close. Yeah, so abilities goes to the Dinosaur King Baryonyx. And please remember to like, subscribe, share, and to comment, as it really does help my channel, and to click the links below the video, and to go explore my channel, as it loads of amazing content. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of the video. And to finally find out who will win between the Baryonyx and the Dinosaur King Baryonyx. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So who wins? Well, the Dinosaur King Baryonyx took 6 out of 11 abilities, these being speed, attack speed, strength, attack strength, durability, and abilities, whilst the Baryonyx took 5 out of 11 abilities, these being overall bite, overall arms, weight and size, reactive capabilities, as well as stamina. So who wins? Well, based off the points and the fact that the Dino King Baryonyx is overpowered, the winner is the Dinosaur King Baryonyx. And this could go any way depending on how reckless the Dinosaur King Baryonyx is. So to be completely honest, in my opinion, it's anywhere between no difficulty all the way up to mid difficulty, really depending on how reckless the Dinosaur King Baryonyx is. And I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and remember that you're all unroarably amazing, and until next time, goodbye. Next time on Unroarable 2468, the human outsmarting raptor will be going up against the raptor killing flyer.